On a day filled with anticipation, AMEs around the world were anxiously awaiting Jungkook's arrival at the airport. After a long journey, the golden matinee would finally return to South Korea, after spending some time abroad. However, beneath the excitement lay a touching moment that fans will never forget. V, a member of BTS known for his warm and emotional personality, appeared to be in the most emotional position waiting for his dear friend and member. When V saw Jungkook emerge from the arrivals gate, his expression immediately turned intensely emotional. Unable to contain his emotions, he quickly walked over to Jungkook, and there, amidst the bustling airport, V held back tears that threatened to spill. ARMYs watching the moment via live streaming immediately felt the palpable closeness between the two members. There was so much warmth and intimacy between them. It was as if time had stopped for a moment, allowing them to experience the joy they had experienced after a long separation. Jungkook, knowing the significance of the moment, embraced V affectionately, comforting his friend, who was barely holding back tears. Fans witnessing V's heartfelt reaction couldn't hold back their tears. As ARMY often says, BTS isn't just a band, but a family that cares for and supports one another. V's emotional reaction symbolized the strong bond between the BTS members and their immense love for AMY. Every second of that moment reminded us that even though they are global superstars, they are still human beings with the same feelings, and their closeness to each other was something very real. For ARMY, seeing V so moved showed the importance of their friendship and affection, making the moment that much more special. With tears on the verge of falling and smiles filled with warmth, V and Jungkook showed the world just how strong their bond is. It wasn't just a spontaneous reaction, but a deep feeling that made AMY love BTS even more. It was an unforgettable moment that will be cherished by every heart who witnessed it. After the warm embrace, V and Jungkook began walking together, surrounded by security and staff. But nothing could hinder their palpable bond. Cameras captured their every move, showing them talking with smiles on their faces, even though they knew the emotions they were feeling were deeper than words could express. The fans gathered at the airport began to cheer, and AMY around the world, even though they weren't physically there, felt that warmth. Moments like this, so sincere and heartfelt, remind them of how strong the bond between BTS and their fans is. Every second felt precious, and for the ARMY watching, this moment wasn't just about waiting for Jungkook's arrival, but also about feeling the immense emotion and love between the members. V, usually known for his cheerful sense of humor and eccentric nature, showed a soft and vulnerable side. Jungkook, who seemed a little surprised by V's reaction, remained calm and smiled. There was a depth in his gaze that showed how much this friendship meant to him. Although he always appeared strong and passionate, behind his eyes was an unconcealable feeling. It was as if both men knew full well that while time and distance might physically separate them, their bond was stronger than anything. "Young, I'm fine," Jungkook said quietly, giving V a warm smile, trying to reassure his friend, who seemed more emotional. V simply nodded, still teary-eyed, but his genuine smile returned. "I know, Kook, but I miss you so much." That was the power of that moment, an unconcealable honesty and sincerity. The ARMY who witnessed it all felt that what happened at the airport was not just a reunion of two BTS members after so long, but a manifestation of the values they have always held dear: friendship, compassion, and sincerity. There is nothing more beautiful than such a strong human bond, and ARMY felt fortunate to be a part of BTS's emotional journey. That afternoon, amidst the bustling airport, it felt like the world belonged to just the two of them, a world filled with memories and hopes for the future. Fans couldn't help but relive that moment, feel it in their hearts, and cry with V and Jungkook, knowing that even as BTS continues to grow and achieve incredible success, their friendship remains paramount. After a while, as they walked toward the exit, V and Jungkook talked more, sometimes laughing together, sometimes sharing stories of their travels. And as the fans at the airport began to leave, they all knew that the memory would live on in their hearts, a moment that would forever be cherished, as a symbol of unwavering friendship and boundless love. As they walked away from the arrivals area, The fans remaining at the airport couldn't help but feel moved. Although they knew the two idols would soon have to leave, there was something deeper in their feelings, a priceless sense of togetherness. The video of the two, walking together on their phones, seemed to illustrate their strong bond, despite the distance and time they were separated. Meanwhile, online, ARMY's Who witnessed the moment live through the live stream continued to share their feelings in the comment section. Many wrote, "I could feel their emotions, as if I was there with them all. They're not just idols, they're family." And reverse were filled with hashtags like illustrating how the moment was truly universal and united the entire community. However, what was most touching was V and Jungkook's reaction after they got into the car to leave the airport. Although they are both accustomed to being in the spotlight, there were moments when they could simply be themselves without their masks. As soon as the car door closed and the atmosphere began to calm down a bit, the two exchanged glances and laughed lightly. But there was a sincerity in their eyes that said more than words could. After that touching incident, not many knew that Jungkook had actually written something, a personal letter that he read out of the camera just for Taehyung. But like many heartfelt things, the letter was eventually leaked by a staff member who admitted he couldn't bear to keep such a beautiful moment to himself. And the contents of the letter were more touching than anyone could have imagined. Here's a snippet from Jungkook's letter to Taehyung that has never been released publicly. Hyung, greater than. Sometimes I don't know how to tell you this, because since we first met, I've often been the most indifferent, the most silent, the one who finds it hardest to say thank you. But secretly, you're the only one who can always read me. Even when I pretend to be fine, you know I'm broken. You never ask why, but always sit next to me, as if to say, I'm here, greater than. When we debuted, I was still a child. You were the one who taught me how to be an adult. But to this day, you're still the one who makes me feel myself, karma greater than. And when this world gets too noisy, too heavy, too harsh, I only need one thing, to see you laugh. That's enough to keep me going, greater than. So if one day I change, if I make a wrong move, or if you feel like I'm drifting away, please remember this letter, greater than. I love you, Hyung, really, from the bottom of my heart. The room was silent as Jungkook finished reading, Taehyung couldn't say anything. He just walked over, hugged Jungkook tightly, and said in a barely audible voice, What made this moment so special, Because in a world full of masks and demands, they dared to show honest love, one that wasn't shy, wasn't fake, and wasn't delayed. And maybe that's why this moment didn't just bring tears to fans' eyes. It also touched the deepest part of anyone who has ever had a best friend and feared losing them.